Yo, we are back at it again today with the Mantis Laser Academy. Just going to do a quick review of what this is, what it's about, and what you can do with it. This is actually a fantastic little device. So if you're not familiar with Mantis, Mantis makes a training system. It started off as the Mantis X, and this is something that you put right on your rail of your pistol, and it will give you feedback on your trigger press, your grip, things of that nature. You can do holster draws. With the Mantis X10, you can actually do live fire and like CO2 pistols. It'll give you feedback on that too. So this has actually evolved into the Mantis Laser Academy. Now, let me go ahead and get some stuff out of here for you. So to start, you get your kit. This is your kit right here, okay? This is it. Let me set that aside. You're going to get a stand, and this stand actually gets pretty tall. Say about 67 inches at a minimum, probably, but I don't know, it gets pretty tall. Has a whole cell phone holder in it for your smartphone, and that way you can set your target up, put your phone up, you can look at the targets. These are actually the targets here. I'm going to get these out of here and close this box. So these are the targets. The small targets are your travel targets. These you can take on the go. So if you travel for work, or if you're going on a vacation, you still want to get some practice in, you can take these and just set them up on like a desk or something, tape them to the wall. But these are the travel size. If you want to step up your difficulty level, you can use these for, you know, just instead of having the larger targets. So it adds a great deal of difficulty to it if that's what you want to do with them. Now you have the larger targets here, and the larger targets are similar to the smaller targets, okay? So you don't have different ones, you just have different sizes. So you have like your IDPA, your IPSC, these are probably my favorite ones. You have a lot of different options here. B27, you have Silhouette Headshot, BT5S. You have your control. So you can actually tape this up to the wall or put it in a stand next to the target that you're using. And start-stop to start the training, and then stop it, and clear-close as well. So it's hands-free. You don't have to walk up and touch the app or anything like that. You can actually manipulate this, start it, stop it, clear it, close it, from where you're at. You don't have to walk up and touch things. Lots of great options on the targets there. So what comes in the kit? That's what we're here for. We're not really here for the targets. What comes in the kit? Let's break it open here. So to start, this is what the kit comes with. You have a travel stand right here. So like I said, if you're traveling for work, if you're on the go, if you're vacationing, you can take this stand with you, take the mount, and you can practice while you're out of the home. So you don't have to be home to do this. Take it with you. And this, I mean, this will fit nicely in a suitcase. I mean, it's a nice small little case, so it fits real nice, you know. Now also in here you have your laser. So the laser is actually what it picks up on those targets. I'll get into that a little bit more here soon. But you have different options. You have 223, 556 NATO. This will actually pair with the Blackbeard for ARs. You can do 40 Smith & Wesson 10mm, 9mm, which is what I got, 380 ACP, or 45 ACP. Now, the laser here, it has a little button on the back, and that little button is actually what your striker makes contact with to light it up when it registers a shot, okay? And this actually just goes into the chamber of your firearm. So I'm gonna grab my P365 XL here, and if you guys haven't heard of them already, shout out to Mischief Machine for this fantastic aluminum grip for the P365. They make it for the 365, 365X, and XL with or without the safety. This is their Omega frame. I mean, this thing is just beautiful. It's a bit chunky. It's definitely thicker than the standard frame, but man, it's a glorious thing. So shout out to Mischief Machine. If you haven't heard of them yet, check them out, okay? Now, what you do is you take your laser, you can just throw that right into your chamber, right into the chamber, right into your barrel there. See, slides right in. Let that bad boy go. Boom, now you're in there. And then, you see, no magazine, there's nothing in there. So when you pull the trigger, see, lights up. Okay, how neat is that? So that's how it registers a shot. Okay. Now to get it out, you have this dowel here. You can just pop this into the end of your barrel, knock it out, and then just drops right out for you. I've not had a problem with this getting stuck. It seems to be pretty good. It fits in there tight because it's supposed to, right? It's got some O-rings on it. It fits in there tight because it's supposed to. But that way, as you manipulate your slide and reset your striker, it doesn't come out. It doesn't plop out every time So cool stuff. I haven't had any issues using it. Some other things you get in here though. Let's keep moving. You got your target stands. I'll pull this out. So this is the base for your target. You get 5 of them. So you get that. You get target holders. Same, you get 5 of these too. And this just screws right into it like this here. And then what you do, you just set your target in it, and then you're ready to rock. And I'll go ahead and put a target in here. It is a snug fit, so don't let it fool you, alright? But that's kind of good though, because then it doesn't just slip around everywhere on you. But just slide it right in like that, boom, ready to go, right? And then you just sit it on the table, boom. And sit it on the table, chair, desk, whatever you got, countertop while you're cooking, and you're ready to go. You got your target set up. And then the targets are smart targets, you could say. So the app actually uses the QR codes that you see in the corners here to detect that you have the target present, but also what type of target it is, so that it can give you the appropriate score based on the type of training that you're doing. And some training does require certain targets, and when you get in there, it'll actually show you what targets are required for that specific type of training. So real cool, real easy to assemble and use. I mean, things just come right off. Haven't had a problem with these either. They fit in real well. They're not wobbly or loose, so they did a good job with those. Alright, continuing to move on. You get some stickies, so you can stick them to your wall or whatever you want to stick them to. And then when you get the full kit, you receive the Laser Training Unleashed. So you get a code for unlimited access. If you just buy like the travel kit, I don't believe this comes with it, and you can purchase other training styles. You can purchase targets, you can purchase other things that you might not get with the full kit. What I have here is the full kit. Real nice of them to include that, so you don't have to be out the extra money since you're already putting money out for it. Now, like I was saying with the Blackbeard, this works with the Mantis Laser Academy app, but that's what it looks like for you there. So neat. It's neat they have multiple systems that you can use on that same platform. It really gives you a lot of versatility with your training, especially with the cost of ammo these days. Like, come on, son. Nobody's sponsoring the channel yet. I don't get free ammo. But quick start guide. Now, this is my one complaint about this, I suppose. I'm a detail-oriented guy. I like to have instructions. I like to have too much information than not enough information. When you're getting started, it kind of gives you the basic just to get going. It doesn't go into what is included, what it's used for, how to use it, how to set it up. So when I first opened it up, I kind of felt a bit lost. But the app kind of walks you through some stuff to get you started, and it gets you calibrated, and then it gets you kind of started on some of the training styles that they offer. So that's my only complaint about it, really, is just I wish I had more information on the quick start guide here. But it is an easy to use system. I mean, you just pop this in and you're ready to go. Boom, download the app, get it started, and you're dry firing. There's a lot of different ones. Now, my favorite training, I have 2 favorite training types that I like to work with. My first favorite is the holster draw, because that's a big one. I carry concealed and I carry appendix, so that's something that I like to work on consistently and regularly, drawing from my holster, okay? You know, if you don't have a good draw, if you don't have those fundamentals down, those mechanics down, it's going to be difficult in a gunfight, because you resort to your minimum amount of training. So that's something that I like to work on, because if I have to use my firearm, I want to be crisp, be clean, and I don't want to have to worry about struggling, okay? So that's something that I practice often. And as you draw, you come up, you get on target, and it gives you both time, and it gives you your score for where you hit on target. The other one that I've had a lot of fun with is the holster draw with the par time. So the par time is you set a start and you set a stop. I started off with 2 seconds. My goal here was to use the whole 2 seconds and then move down. And this is something I got out of a training class with John Correa from Active Self-Protection, starting at a high par time and then taking that full time, so in this case the full 2 seconds. And then after I get my 5 shots out in those full 2 seconds, I take my par time and I set it down to 1.5 seconds. So now I have 1.5 seconds to start my draw and to finish my draw. And I want to use that full 1.5 seconds, and in the app, if you miss, it doesn't record a shot. If you're outside of that time, if it beeps and you pull the trigger, it doesn't record the shot. So the goal is to have your draw and to have that first shot on target within that time frame. So in this instance, 1.5 seconds. Then from there, I bumped it down to 1.3, and so again, the goal, have draw, first shot within that 1.3 seconds. Now you start getting fast. I think the standard that John Correa lives by for concealed carriers is, I think, a 1.4. if you can get a 1.4 draw to first shot, you can get yourself out of a lot of situations. Now that being said, if you're in a situation that requires a 1.2 draw to first shot, you should be capable of doing that as well. And so then I bump it down to 1.2, and that is draw to first shot in 1.2 seconds. First beep, and then the second beep is 1.2 seconds. So you're trying to get it in all that time, and that's fast. Don't get me wrong here. That is fast, but it's obtainable. It's achievable. It's something you can do with practice. And I'd rather be too fast in a gunfight than too slow. So having the ability to do this par time from draw to first shot, you can really build up that speed and work on those efficiencies and getting your firearm out of its holster, getting your sights on target, getting a good sight picture. And that's important when you're doing this too. Get a good sight picture before that trigger press, and then pressing that trigger, and then you can set that par time to work your way down. Those are two that I wanted to demonstrate for you here, and those have been really beneficial to me. I think the fastest I recorded so far is a 1.1, which if you'd notice in the clip, that is fast. You got to have some quick hands for that. But like I said, it's obtainable, and that was just 20 minutes of working the holster draw par time. So it's something you can do. You just spend 30 minutes a day doing that, right? But it's a lot of fun, and if you have multiple people, you can really train with your buddies, get them involved, get them included, because you can challenge each other, see who gets the better score, see who gets the better time. And I think it's a great way to encourage maybe your spouse to train with you. I struggle with mine. I keep telling her all the time she needs a dry fire, but she don't listen to me, so I don't. Who am I? I'm just a guy on the internet, right? But it's great. I think if you pick this up, and I think if you pair it with the Mantis X10, so that you can do, you can measure your trigger press. You can look at how your trigger break is. Are you jerking? Are you pushing? Are you pulling? Are you gripping and pushing your hand one way or the other? What are those tiny little mechanics that you have that you need to crisp up? Practicing with the X10 along with the Laser Academy is a great combination to really build your skills, and especially if you can't get to the range as often as you like. Maybe your work is busy, maybe your home life with your family is busy, you just have a lot going on, or maybe financially you can't afford to get out to the range and spend $25 on a box of ammo and shoot for an hour or so. So this is a fantastic alternative to having to go to the range and go to live fire, because you can practice with this, and then when you're ready, when you're capable of it, when you have the time or the money, then you can go to the range and you can confirm what you've been practicing with the Laser Academy with live fire. I'm going to tell you, I do recommend this. I didn't receive this for free. I got to give this back. So it was provided to me by my local gun shop, who was provided to them by Mantis. So they were kind enough to let me borrow it. So I got to give it back when I'm finished with my review. But honestly, I would absolutely spend the money on this. I'll probably end up picking this up without a doubt. So let me know your thoughts. Is this something you think you would pick up? Is this something you think would be beneficial? And if you guys like it, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share button, and stay tuned for more. I got some more coming up. We're going to do a tabletop review of that Mischief Machine P365 XL grip module. Fantastic. I'm going to try to get a couple of things to compare that to as well. Thinking I might pick up the Wilson Combat grip for the P365 XL, because that just came out not that long ago, and I think that'll be fun to compare it to. Let me know your thoughts. Leave your comment, subscribe, like, share. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to check this out, and if there's anything you want to see, just let me know. I'll try to get it for you. Thanks for stopping by.